Hi everyone, I'm Hayley T. Wheeler, creator of Emotion Mind Dynamic and host on Healthy Minds, Better Lives on Pure West Radio.
Hi everyone, I'm Tammy Foley and I'm a wellbeing consultant. I'm passionate about supporting mental health everywhere and anywhere. And I'm also a host on Healthy Minds, Better Lives on Pure West Radio.
Awesome.
So Hayley, we come to the end of Mental Health Awareness Week, and I think it's really important to keep the conversation going. I really do. And I think it's important to keep it in the forefront of our minds, whether it's in our personal lives or in the workplace. So how can we keep this conversation going?
I think one of the basics, I think we all ask people, don't we? How are you? The problem with how are you is that default, I'm okay. And we move on with our day. But one of the things that many years ago, Time to Change Wales, England had a campaign that said, ask twice. So in between asking the second time, I always say to my clients, is that your default answer? And it changes the way they want to answer the question. So I think changing the way that we ask how people are, to maybe ask twice, ask the first time and then genuinely check the second time, are you really okay, is a really good way to keep the conversation going.
I think you just hit the nail on the head there. I think we do have to change the way that we approach asking people how we are, how we check in, changing that language. Our default is to always go to maybe the negative as well. But again, asking twice, we're engaging that logical part of the brain and making people mindful that we actually are listening.
Absolutely. And I think another way is making sure that we get comfortable with talking about emotional health and mental health and well-being. And that's going to take a little bit of practice for some of us. So I think it's about starting with things around well-being because it feels a bit more comfortable. Mental health can be a little bit uncomfortable. So start with well-being and get that conversation going all around the workplace, at home. Just get used to the sound of the words.
Yeah, I know you're right. I also go to, and we've spoken about it so many times, we have these national campaigns, we have these awareness days. Yes, it's brilliant for people to just for that moment, just to start thinking about these topics. But you're absolutely right. Let's be doing this 365 days of the year. Anything that's going to spark that conversation is so important.
Yeah, definitely. And I think anything can spark a conversation about mental health because it is everywhere. It is something that I say that we need to learn to talk, to get comfortable with it and talk about it. It doesn't need to be the only thing we focus on, but it does need to be part of what we're focusing on. I think if we remember that we all have mental health, it is not something that somebody else has. We all have mental health and it's up to us to look after it. But we can do so much more to support others with their mental health as well, in the workplace, at home, wherever we are.
Just having these conversations is so important. If we look after ourselves, that self-care, we've got all the resources then to look after our loved ones, the people we care for. That cliche that you can't actually pour from an empty vessel is so true. So we do need to be thinking about and looking after our own mental health. Other ways that we can keep mentally healthy, I suppose, I would say would be staying social, having those connections with family and friends.
Absolutely, getting out and about if you can. If it's with people or if for a little while you have to do it on your own, absolutely enjoying the nature that is in Pembrokeshire. You have to enjoy that nature. There's so many beautiful places to go. But yeah, I agree. I think we've done a little bit, talking about how we keep the conversation going, but definitely the self-care. What are a few other tips that you have for self-care and obviously keeping that mental health at the forefront of our minds?
Well, including connection with other people and getting outdoors, that's so important. Exercise, that really helps keep us mentally and physically healthy. And again, it doesn't have to be, running marathons. It can just be that simple walk. But it doesn't matter how long as we're engaging in that exercise. Also, sleep. Sleep is so important to maintaining that healthy body. And the other one I'd say, which sounds, that so obvious, is just eating well.
And these are the kinds of things that we talk about on the Pure West Radio on Healthy Minds, Better Lives every second Thursday of the month between 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. Come and join us, find out more about what we talk about. Come and enjoy your company. Come and ask us questions. Come and challenge us every second Thursday of the month, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m.
We have really good topics to talk about. So see you all there, second Thursday of the month, 9 to 11.